Hey everyone, it is Saturday, March 18th. The time is 3:10 p.m. and the temperature right now is around 0 degrees Celsius. And I'm here on a pedestrian bridge that connects the waterfront up to the Parkdale neighborhood. And that's a view to the west. And there are some towers around Humber Bay Park. And that is the Gardner Expressway. And that'll lead you over to the city of Mississauga. But just before Mississauga, you could turn north at Highway 427 and head up to the airport. And just off in that direction is downtown Toronto. There's a look at the rail corridor. And for this one, I'm going to walk on over to Queen Street West. And I'll head east through the Parkdale neighborhood. And I'll probably finish up somewhere around Liberty Village. I was hoping I'd be able to catch a train rolling by here. I've had no such luck. That is St. Joseph's Hospital off in the distance. It's been a while since I've taken a walk through Parkdale. I think the last time might have been on a live stream. And just recently, this intersection has opened up. It was closed for the longest time due to what they call the KQQR construction project. So on the right here, you have the K in that name for King Street West. Straight ahead is Queen Street West. To the north is Roncesvalles Avenue.
Where are you going?
And in the other direction behind me is the Queensway. And this intersection has been closed for quite a while. And that's a look north up Roncy. I just did a walk south down Roncesvalles. And the Queen streetcar comes to an end just to the west of here. You can see them turning into the loop. And from that point on, they are replaced by buses. And the King streetcar is still not running through here, so you'll have to take a replacement bus. But at least there's buses. For quite a while, there was no transit at all. And this is east along the north side of Queen Street West here in Parkdale. And for that project, they're installing new hydro infrastructure, they're reconstructing the streetcar tracks, and they repaved and resurfaced the road on top of another item, so they tried to take care of a whole lot at once. What looks like a cannabis retailer has closed down. We're next to a place called Roncy's 420. So this neighborhood of Parkdale is roughly between Roncesvalles, where I started just to the west of here, and Dufferin Street to the east. That's where I'll head south. And just north of Queen Street would be the northern boundary. I don't think there's a set line or anything like that. And to the south of here by the rail corridor I crossed over. And I think it's just a matter of time before this parking lot gets developed into something. Ambrosia Cannabis Emporium, right next to the Parkdale Hall Sunday Market. When I was growing up, this was always one of the rougher parts of town. But it has slowly started to gentrify. For better or for worse. Tammy's Wine Bar and Cafe. It's still one of those stretches where you'll see some of the more unique independent retailers and bars and that sort of thing. It reminds me a bit of East Danforth, as well as stretches of Bloor Street around Bloor and Ossington. It's got a similar vibe to those areas. Although when it was originally developed, this was actually an upper class area. It was considered a wealthy residential suburb, but that would have been well over 100 years ago. And there is Gus Tacos, which I have still yet to try. I've heard from numerous people is quite good. However, the transformation from a wealthy suburb to what it later became started. Whoa! Where'd all that snow come? I'm guessing someone didn't clear their vehicle properly. Or maybe they just tracked it out when they ran over a big chunk of snow. There's some interesting clothing. As I was saying, the neighborhood started to transition with the demolition of the Sunnyside Amusement Park, which was just to the south of here, along with the erection of the Gardner Expressway Highway. And the building stock in the area started to intensify. And a lot of apartment buildings and low-rises went in.
Oh, yeah.
But one neat thing that happened was in the 60s, Canada opened up to refugees from Tibet. And a lot of them settled in this area. And parts of Parkdale are often referred to as Little Tibet. In fact, there's a high school where the majority of the students are of Tibetan descent. There's Dave's Hot Chicken. Delicious, but expensive. And the reason for all those Tibetan refugees was in the 50s. China invaded Tibet, which was an independent territory. And a lot of Tibetans were looking to flee. And adding to the character of the neighborhood, in the 70s, a large psychiatric hospital was shut down on Queen Street. And that was to the east of here, and a lot of patients were discharged and just kind of left to fend for themselves. And many found their way to this neighborhood.
Yeah, you gotta like know what's going
There's the Tibet kitchen. find a lot of Tibetan and Himalayan themed places in this area. And you can get some Tibetan momo. There's a Filipino store. So it's got a bit of a rundown, gritty character. I've never felt unsafe here for a moment. See another Tibetan restaurant right next to the Himalayan kitchen. There's been an increase in galleries and artist studios in the area. A lot of those kinds of establishments have been priced out of other parts of the city. And over there we have Little Tibet, Tibetan and Asian cuisine. And here we have the Momo Cafe. I think this used to be a banh mi restaurant that was quite good. And here is Jameson Avenue. That was built in the 1880s to connect Queen Street down to the waterfront. It was used by many as a highway back then. And this is Lansdowne Avenue, the southern end of Lansdowne Avenue. We can take this north up to Bloor, where you'll find Lansdowne Station on line 2. And you can see the CN Towers come into the shot. And I mention this place every time I walk by. In fact, when Action Kid was in town, he was live streaming. I led him to go have a meal there.
You make me! Wow!
Okay. But there is Loga's Corner. They serve up some fantastic Tibetan momo.
And then there's like no return.
Sounds like that guy has something rattling around in his spokes. what's interesting is just to the east of here, east of Dufferin, is the West Queen West neighborhood. Considered one of the trendiest in the city. It is quite different in character from Parkdale. But it's likely in 20 years from now, this will be considered the cool part of town. It's already starting to evolve into it. That's kind of been the case with Queen Street here. It's been getting pushed further and further along to the west. I guess once an area completely gentrifies and all the big commercial retailers move in, it's no longer cool. There is 1313. That's a gallery and nonprofit artist-run exhibit center. There's a public library right across the street. A wig shop. Well, it's good to see streetcars running along here again, as the last several times I was through here they weren't.
Today, Cather. Yeah, it was too like,
And a Fun Guys medical dispensary has moved in. Really should put medical in quotation marks. I've yet to try their products. I'm not sure if I'll get around to it, but I have been to Craig's Cookies, and I can confirm that place is excellent. There's a Mary Brown's, either moving in or leaving. An overrated chicken place. Izakaya looks interesting. And there's a Rolling Stones themed bar just across the street. Right next to the Rhino, an excellent bar. They usually have a few dozen rotating beers on tap. And the Cadillac Lounge, I believe, was just here on the left.
turn off individual fixings here. So only if I can yeah, just straight. It's not that much. But paper plus. Okay. Paper plus. Okay.
And this is Noble Street. There's a little public amphitheater area just up here on the left.
Yeah, it's okay when you. Wow.
And this is Dufferin Street, the eastern boundary of Parkdale. And West Queen West is just on the other side. I'm going to head south here, down to King. It looks like I'll have to wait for a light cycle to change. And it wasn't too long ago that Dufferin Street here was severed by this rail corridor. We've not been able to continue north here. We have to go through what they call the Dufferin Jog. You turn right here and then turn left at Gladstone, the next street, and head north a few blocks and then turn left and make your way back to Dufferin. There is Matt's Burger Lab. That place is quite good. I went there after a live stream once, and I liked it so much I went to one of their other locations over on Adelaide Street. There's a look north of Dufferin. So this was previously plugged off for the longest time, similar to Simcoe Street under the rail corridor in the financial district. That got opened up and reconnected as well not too long ago. Obviously, I don't remember the dates. So I'm just going to head down into Liberty Village and probably catch an eastbound streetcar. Got one more video to record today. Someone put a no fun sticker for that development proposal notice. This is still a rather gritty part of town, but Umbrella has seen better days. There goes a 29 northbound Dufferin bus. That'll be going all the way up to Wilson Station. That's one of my biggest pet peeves, people that ride their bike on the sidewalk. And this intersection coming up, you used to have a Burger King and a McDonald's, and recently it's lost both to newer developments. The Burger King was just in here on the left, and the McDonald's was straight ahead on the southwest corner. And there used to be one of the few remaining Quiznos subs in that building as well. And this is King Street West. So I was thinking I would be able to catch a westbound King streetcar here. But now I'm thinking that won't be the case. Looks like I'll have to find a bus stop. I'm assuming they're still running buses along the stretch. This is east along the north side of Queen Street, or King Street West. And just to the south of here is the Liberty Village neighborhood. It's been an interesting day. We've had a lot of snow flurries off and on. At one point, I would have gone as far as calling it a full-on snowfall. Now it's just a nice clear day. Not much wind. I'm just noticing what a pedestrian unfriendly stretch this is. The distance between pedestrian crossings between Dufferin and the next opportunity is rather extreme. Wonder if I can make this next bus. As I walk past the carpet factory, and coming up just on the right is Lamport Stadium. The Toronto Wolfpack professional rugby team calls home. I'm going to preemptively wrap this one up, so I hope you enjoyed this walk along mostly on Queen Street through Parkdale. I'm making my way down here to Liberty Village. I'm going to jump on this next bus. So let me know your thoughts and comments down below, and if you wish to support the channel, there's links to my Patreon and YouTube channel membership in the description. And I have an Instagram account at Johnny Strides. Right, the bus is here. Thank you. As I start to lose my voice, that's awkward. Thank you for watching. Stay warm, stay safe. And I will catch you on the next one.
Sorry, I'm getting off. Sorry.
Yoink.